The secret your barista may not be telling you. That pumpkin spice latte might not have a bit of pumpkin, or clove, or ginger, or cinnamon, or nutmeg. You may not realize this, but the ingredient list for pumpkin spice syrup is exactly the same as lychee syrup and apple syrup and vanilla syrup and more. But don't worry, I've got real ingredient solutions for your coffee, lattes, and more. Welcome to Boldly Essential. I'm Stephanie, and if you're interested in ways to consistently nourish your mind, body, and soul, then you are in the right place. Today, we're going to help you get your pumpkin spice latte fix without weird ingredients. I used to be a barista, so I'm a bit of a coffee snob, but I promise today that works for your advantage. I'm also concerned about synthetic ingredients going into my body. And one term that seems great, but is as clear as mud in reality, is natural flavoring. One of the most common brands of syrup for the biggest coffee chains in this company uses these ingredients in their pumpkin spice syrup: pure cane sugar, water, natural flavor, citric acid, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, and caramel color. All the flavors I listed are exactly the same as the flavors before. And did you know that the only difference between pumpkin spice syrup and blue raspberry syrup, according to the ingredients, is food coloring? Same is true for lavender. The only difference is the food coloring. So that makes us ask, well, what is natural flavoring? It's a good question, and the short answer is we don't know. But it can be anything derived from a plant source or an animal source. But what's not disclosed is what those ingredients go through, or the chemical processes that make them into pumpkin spice or lychee or watermelon or whatever other flavor you have. And we literally can't know. It is considered to be trade secret. So if you're still looking for that pumpkin spice fix, but you don't want to mess with the confusion about what natural ingredients are, and you want to get the benefits of cinnamon, clove, ginger, and nutmeg, I've got good news for you. If you like healthier alternatives to your favorites, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Now, if you're a black coffee drinker and you want to have that pumpkin spice fix, then what I recommend you do is take an empty 5 milliliter bottle and mix up these essential oils in this ratio: 3 parts cinnamon, 2 parts nutmeg, 1 part ginger, 1 part clove, and then keep that in a bottle. And then when you're ready to add that flavor, you'll just add a toothpick right into the reducer and then swirl it into your coffee. And if you prefer to have a little bit of cream with that flavor, but you're really not into the sugar, you've got the flavor, just add your milk. Now, if you really vibe with that coffee and milk and sweetness and you love pumpkin spice, I'm going to tell you how to make a pumpkin spice au lait, which is, French for with milk. So you're going to warm up whichever milk you prefer to use, and you're going to brew your coffee, and you're going to add equal parts of brewed coffee and the steamed milk. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of your pumpkin spice simple syrup. Now, you might want to adjust this to your own flavor. 1 tablespoon for a 12-ounce mug of coffee might feel a little bit light compared to what you're buying at the cafe. Now, if you have an espresso maker, you can make a pumpkin spice cappuccino or a pumpkin spice latte. And the basic recipe for that is you're going to steam your milk, and you're going to take 2 tablespoons of the pumpkin spice syrup and add it to your mug. Then you'll add your 2 shots of espresso, and then you'll top it with your steamed and frothed milk. When you're making a cappuccino, you're going to make more froth or more foam so that it has that right cappuccino balance. And when you're making a latte, it's just a little bit of foam at the top. Now, you want to adjust all of this to your taste because it's not going to be the same as the cafe, which uses about twice as much syrup as I have recommended. So if you love the sweetness, you can just play with this and get the right flavor for you. Now, if you're looking for a paleo version, I have good news for you as well. You can take 1 can of coconut milk. Highly recommend that you use a full fat coconut milk in a BPA-free can, and half a cup of dates. I think it works a little bit better if you chop them up, and of course the pits should be removed. And then you're going to blend that and just scrape down the sides until the pieces of date are really, really fine. And if you don't want to have those little tiny bits in your coffee, then just use a strainer and strain it off, which you can use for baking if you want to, or you can just toss those date bits. You'll want to keep this in a glass container that's airtight and keep it in the refrigerator for 1 week. If you leave it out on the counter or leave it open, it's going to go off faster. So make sure you do that. Now, here's how to make the pumpkin spice simple syrup. You're going to take 6 to 8 ounces of sweetener. So you can use regular cane sugar, you can use coconut sugar. I've also used erythritol, whatever you like. 6 to 8 ounces of that, and you're going to put it in a jar. And then you're going to basically boil water as if you were making tea. And then you're going to pour 1 cup, 8 ounces of that water in there and dissolve the sugar. Once you have the sugar dissolved, you'll add 3 drops of cinnamon, 2 drops of nutmeg, 1 drop of ginger, and 1 drop of clove, and stir until well combined. Again, remember, simple syrup is free of preservatives, so it's not shelf stable like the syrups at the cafe, and it's best stored in glass airtight container and used within 2 to 4 weeks. It's going to be different depending on your temperature, so if it gets cloudy, it's time to pitch it. So there you have it, pumpkin spice coffee fix 5 different ways with all the health benefits of cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and ginger essential oil, and combined with the world's favorite pick-me-up, coffee. Click below to pick up your oils and be sure to sign up for our freebie so you can get all of these recipe cards printed out. Thanks and enjoy your coffee.